Yeah, met everyone in 2014. Of course, Tiger Woods has literally owned this golf course, winning 8 times. And, of course, the last of which was in 2013.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
What you need to watch out for here, Frank?
Those 2 front bunkers, Rich, the one that protects the left and the right. More often than not, you want to pitch the ball on the front of this green. They are the 2 to be concerned about.
Looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Now the approach here at number 1, Frank, what's he looking at?
A nice high, soft landing second shot would be ideal here. There's a little bit of a ridge in this green. Don't really want to be going long here. Those 2 bunkers, never easy coming out of those and downhill.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. "15 feet away." That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Getting set now over the putt. -1 and really going. That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Back to the action here at the second. It's a par 3, demanding hole, Frank, isn't it?
Longest par 3 on the golf course. Slightly downhill, but you need every advantage here. It requires your best.
Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Second shot, good look at the green. Solid play, heart of the green. Setting up for an approach shot here. And getting ready for the putt. Even par early on. He has a 12-footer here. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So with that, the score is now at even par. Now to the par 4 third, picturesque and difficult hole, Frank.
It might be picturesque, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. This is going to take your best swing.
Water all down the left side. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Good contact, good result. These are the kind of conditions, beautiful sunny skies, light winds, where players just love to walk with the sun at their back and make some birdies. Frank, this is one of my favorite shots on the course here at Bay Hill, the second at number 3.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Shouldn't be a problem here. In red figures at 1 under par. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. 1 under early in the round. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the 4th hole. It's par 5, the first one on the golf course, and Frank, a really good scoring opportunity.
Certainly is. 2 bunkers down the left. Just want to keep it inside that. If you flare it a little right, there's a hazard that just sneaks up on you.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
What a great shot.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Frank, tricky little third shot here at the par 5 fourth.
Especially if you don't have a full number, because there's just that little mound in the middle of the green. If you get on the wrong side of that, instantly you can be 30, 40 feet away. So check where the flag is. Is it front? Is it back? And then try and land it in that section.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Now 2 to the good side. Just a couple of feet. Great shot. Get the birdie. Fifth hole at Bay Hill. Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air. That easy.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Frank, what about this approach shot here at the 5th?
One of the few holes where you get a short iron in your hand for that second shot, but that green slopes away at about a 45-degree angle to the right, which makes distance control paramount here at 5.
Good swing, good shot yet again. This one just requires a little bit of focus. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Just 5 feet left. Sinks the putt for birdie. Frank, talk to us about the 6th hole.
I don't want to. It's too difficult.
Why not?
It's too hard. It's too difficult. John Daly made 18.
But that's not such a bad score. If you break it down, that's
Break it down for one hole. It
3
broke him
pars
down.
and an eagle.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Frank putting it all together today. What a nice performance.
It's been like a clinic so far.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed. There's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working. That's an absolute beauty.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
All right, Frank, you've played it safe. Now you have that third shot. What's the best way to get to that hole location and make the birdie?
The angle of the green really does favour the layup shot because at least you're hitting across the length of the green, but it's a little bit like that third hole, a very narrow green. So once again, that wedge shot has to be very precise.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Settles in over the putt. You have to like that. 4 under. It's a big putt right here for birdie. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Breathing a sigh of relief. You made it through the par 5 without getting wet. Now you're at this par 3 7th, Frank.
You've got to guarantee a carry at least 7 or 8 yards onto this green because that's where that bunker is on that right. It cuts in 7 yards.
Good-looking shot right here.
Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
It's in! He made an ace, Frank. Can you believe it? Wow. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, how about the 8th par 4, one of the more intriguing setups?
Ideally, you want to just work your tee shot away from that bunker. But this is one fairway you must hit because it's one of the toughest second shots on the golf course.
That's a bit offline in the rough. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Really like the look of that golf swing. That has it all. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really, the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be tracking well. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Setting up for an approach shot here.
Should be safely on deck.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. This from 7 feet. Really has a feel on these greens. That is another birdie. This is impressive. This to avoid a huge number. This is for bogey. Now at 5 under for the round. Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally, a nice little draw off the tee. But the hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left, and yet the green goes the other way.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Second from an excellent lie.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Getting set now over the putt. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. Shouldn't be a problem here. Six under par now. Get those ice blue skies. How do you get off to a good start here on this second 9?
Well, really, you've got to pick a target here. You don't just blaze away at the 10th. The hole bends to the right. If you can get it over that bunker, you've got just a short iron, even a wedge in here.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. This is a good-looking shot. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Frank, the approach shot here to the par 4 10th. Decent chance for a birdie with a good shot?
It is really all about distance control. There's 4 different sections here at 10, but if you've got the right club in your hand, then you are looking directly at the flag.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Well, Frank, I thought that was in.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Six under on the day. Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards, I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway just short of that second bunker. And it sits up, 6 or a 7 iron.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, another good hole to par 4 11th. Looking at the second shot now.
Yeah, the second shot has a similar look to the second shot at the third hole at Bay Hill. Water all down the left-hand side. That has to be respected. And a green, really, where you've got to favour the right side, or at least right of middle.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read, and missed out on that second part. Now 8 under on the day. And getting ready for the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5 12th. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very, very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, really got to take advantage of it. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
It looks like Rory Mcleroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. So after the layup, Frank, here at the par 5 12th, pitch shot here, try to make birdie.
Yeah, just use the contours of this green. You can actually get to this flag a lot of different ways. Using one of the mounds, there's nothing wrong with that.
This is a cross-country special. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Now to 7 under par. Just a couple of feet. That shot falls for a birdie. Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's a par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down. 250 off the tee leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa. What a great shot.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Par 4 13, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Could really use this one. It's for birdie. Moves to -8. Settles in over the putt. Got it for par. Fourteenth hole, Frank. More than 200 yards, par 3. This is no picnic.
No, it plays a little longer than that too. Slightly uphill. You've got to carry the ball onto the front of the screen. It will not run up.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, you're in the business of analyzing golf shots.
I don't want to see that one again.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
It's a rather nice shot, I would say.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Might be. Could be. Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. Well into red figures at 9 under for the round. Now at the 15th, big dog leg right here. What's the best way to go, Frank?
Really down the left side. It's very tempting to try and hit it across that bunker, but not only do you have to carry the bunker, you've also got to carry those little shrubs down the right side.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's where you've got to be a little careful.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Rub the shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, that looked good to me. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for Pop.
Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. He'll take par and move on. Back on the tee here at the 16th, Frank, lay it out for us. What's ahead on this hole?
Well, even though there's two bunkers, one on the left and one on the right, it's the shortest of the 4 par 5s. You can almost take those out of play and have just a mid-iron in here. But we all know what's coming up.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Not quite where he wanted it, but it is on the green, and that's not too bad. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Good-looking shot right here. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. The great hits just keep coming. Moves to -11 on the day. So a tester from 4 feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, par 3 17th here at Bay Hill. How difficult is this hole?
This one takes your best tee shot, Rich. Otherwise, you're just looking at 4 or 5.
This one's looking good. That's well played. And now a good look at birdie. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
This is a really long putt. Difficult birdie opportunity. This one has a good line. This one has a chance. And he has it. Beautiful putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 18th here at Bay Hill. This is a chance to be a hero, but it could all go horribly wrong, couldn't it?
Yeah, this is another hole and a great example of it's never over until it's over.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Second shot.
This one has a chance to be close. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Well, Frank, this is one of the most famous shots in the whole sport of golf, the second to 18 at Bay Hill.
And one of the most unpredictable, unless your name is Robert Gamers. Remember, he holed his second shot here to win the tournament many years ago. For some reason, the yardage book's almost got to be thrown away here at 18, Rich, because that second shot always plays longer or shorter than the actual number. So be a little lucky here as well as good at 18.
I don't know what happened there, but he missed it badly, well to the right. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right.
It's at sneaky distance.
So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Getting set now over the putt. 11 under on the day. Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Welcome to the King's Palace, Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge, Frank, right in the heart of Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, for so long it has been the showcase for Florida golf. Of course, the King's Palace, and it has produced many a great champion over the years.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. And he went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
So this is his fourth shot after the last one found the water.
It's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Kind of a tricky read. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left. Take your medicine.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's where you've got to be a little careful.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Well, at last, a birdie. We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Finally, something happens that's good.
That's a nice shot right there. Frank, deep into a round, par 3 17th, water, bunkers, long shot. What are you thinking as you're stepping on this tee?
You just take 3 and move to 18. Surely not.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. just misses. That was not a very good read right there. Shouldn't be a problem here. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. You know, Tiger was born on the same day as LeBron James, December 30th. And he's had his share of slam dunks, especially on the 18th hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, he's just a perfect fit for the golf course. You'd think every now and again he fears left, but he doesn't fear left at Bay Hill. We've seen his best golf over the years, over the last 15 or so years. To win there 8 times, nobody's come close to that. Ernie Els, one of the great players in the world, has won it twice.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
On the green, and a chance for a birdie. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
This for him would be one drop shot. He's made it. So that concludes the final round here at this spectacular setting. Frank, final thoughts on the tournament?
Rich, I thought this was really a fantastic venue that challenged the players, and we saw some exciting golf out there all across the board.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Frank, we're going home to the home of golf, St. Andrews, the old course.
No better place for any level of game. For the beginner of the game or the greats of the game, this is the golf course they've all cherished to play.
Stepping up to the first tee at such an iconic venue, Frank, what is going through your mind here?
Well, you'd think with such a wide fairway it would be the easiest fairway to hit, but Swilcan, there's an out of bounds down the right, and then the Swilcan burn runs all the way across from the right-hand side in front of the first green. So really, you want to make sure you have a full shot into this first green.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, this first hole, all about the Swilcan burn.
Yeah, it cuts in so close to the front of that putting surface. If there's just a puff of wind, then all of a sudden that burn that you could just step across very much comes into play.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing to say the least.
Settles in over the putt. One under early in the round. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Has the putt, and now at -1. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot, just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Oh, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Moving a little left of the flagstick, Frank. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. I like the looks of this one. He's putting for birdie now. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Not too much and not too little. Perfectly played into the center of the cup. Getting set now over the putt. -1 in the early going. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the third.
You can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Rich. It's shorter than the second hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
They actually have a few courses at the home of golf, St. Andrews, and one is called the New Course. That's 100 years old, the New Course. So imagine how old the old course is if the new one is a century old. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Makes the putt and moving in the right direction. 2 under par. Frank now at the fourth hole.
Yeah, long par 4. Two choices, whether you game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway.
Excellent looking shot here. That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Just a bit left of the hole location.
Should still be okay. Really. This is that awkward length.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
He'll take par and move on. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
And Frank, these winds have not at all subsided. Still a challenge.
Yeah, the same for everybody, and that's where you've just got to adjust your own mental par. Golf course was going to be difficult when you teed off. It's certainly no different now. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. Second shot.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Shouldn't be a problem here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You have to like that. 4 under. Now to the 374-yard par 4 sixth. Another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here because that'll affect the strategy off the tee. But bunkers left and right to be avoided.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. What a nice shot. Right on the green. And a pretty easy putt on the way. Looking at 130 yards now for the second shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Can't make them all. That one gets away. This from about 10 feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. And getting ready for the putt. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Over the ball here at the 7th, and Frank, if you had to script a game plan here, what would it look like?
You could drive this pretty close to the green. This is a green that's shared with the 11th, the par 3. And so you won't see that tee shot finish, but you can actually drive very, very close to a bunker called the shell, which is the one that protects the par 3 at 11th.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Has only 90 yards here.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
These putts keep the round together. Takes care of business. 5 under par. Seven under on the day. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
Not a huge miss, Frank, but did lose this just a little to the right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to catch a piece of the green, though.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity.
This one's going left, Rich.
Not knocking down the flagstick here, but looks as though it will find the green. "28 feet from the cup. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. They'll take it. That's a par. And he's putting for par now. Good putt. Always so important to finish your first 9 holes on a positive note here at the Open Championship.
Yeah, the 9th hole, this is the most extreme part, furthest away from the clubhouse, in the middle of the loop here. A good drive, though, that avoids those bunkers has every chance of finding this par 4 with your tee shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
This one's tracking. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
So a tester from 4 feet. Now 8 under on the day. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score. Oh, I liked that.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Chance to get it close here. Settles in over the putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect and the pace has matched it.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Down to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And of course that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left, is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
Frank, he's knocking them down and picking them up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie. Had every chance of going in.
Drops for a par. He has this putt for birdie. Moves to -8. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. The green here at the 12th is really the key. The shallow rear shelf falling away on all sides remains as fresh a challenge today as it did when Alan Robertson played it 125 years ago.
And, of course, he was a professional that lived in the area, Rich, and one of the things that he did, he actually made some of these greens bigger. You would think that makes it easier, but when you put in some of these subtle slopes like what we see at 12, you realize it's not easier.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Eight under par for the round. These putts keep the round together. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The two bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
Can't ask for much more. Right in the fairway here at 13. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. Good swing, good shot yet again. This is a 23-foot putt. Oh yeah, go ahead and fill it up.
It's no snack, though. Good read, good line, well played.
Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14th?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pop bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the fourth fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot, and you can certainly go at this for 2. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory Mcleroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through.
Second shot.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go.
Should be safely on deck.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Ready for his third shot, needs to hit this close. And getting ready for the putt. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Always like to get the double figures under par, 10 under already. Frank, the 15th here at the old course, just a classic example of links golf, where you might be aiming for something that isn't even on the golf course.
Exactly. There's a nice line there in between the two humps that you can see in front of you off the tee. If you keep looking down, you'll see the church steeple. That's the perfect line for the tee shot. Got to be careful with the second shot coming up. You see the 16th tee and out of bounds to the right of this green, and that little pot bunker that protects the front.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Has this from 170 yards away.
And this will be fine, just a little left of the flag. It's that sneaky distance.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Is this one for par? Good effort and good par putt. And now another par for the 16th, Frank, and another hole where precision off the tee is going to be paramount.
Yeah, the norm of the tee is really to avoid a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose. I've never really figured out why they're called that, but it's not the place to be, that's for sure. Stay short of those is the safe line, and then a little top bunker once again in the front left of the screen called the Wig. That's also to be avoided. Another difficult green. Looks a little simpler from the fairway, but miss your mark with the yardage and you'll pay a premium.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That is pretty as a picture right there. Nice to watch. What a good-looking swing. Fundamentals, they are rock solid. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Setting up for an approach shot here. Getting set now over the putt. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. $11 under on the day. Frank, this really is an amazing hole. The road hole, 17 at the old course.
Yeah, the biggest problem really is the tee shot right in front of you. How brave are you? How much can you take it over the corner of that clubhouse? So you'll see a sign in front of you, the old course hotel. Ideally, you want to take it over the U in course, and that should find the center of the fairway. You go a little further right of that, and you better hit it long.
Coming down the home stretch here at the 17th. Set up well for a chance to get at that flagstick. Frank, this will be from 200 yards, second shot. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Just a couple of feet. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Frank, here at the 18th, so much history has been made through the years.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories, I remember Jack Nicklaus when he beat Doug Sanders in that playoff. The famous sort of short putt that Doug Sanders missed. But really, the great moment that stands out was Seve making that 15-footer across the hill in 1984 wearing the blue sweater. Not only did he win the Open Championship, but he beat a tremendous field that included Bernard Langer, Tom Watson, Fred Couples, Lanny Wadkins, Faldo, and Greg Norman. It was an amazing Open Championship.
And I love that fist pump. It was pure Seve. All that fire, all that passion came flying out. And that's where you just sort of fell in love with the game. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, through the years we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Settles in over the putt. You like the sound of this. 11 under par for the round. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round, not just the possibility